Do you know what's better than having one really good movie? Well, it's having two of the very similar same movie. I mean, where would we be without the Japanese to American remakes? I mean, some are good, and others exist. And that is why today we are looking at One Missed Call. And shout out to Goose Honk over in the Discord for this one. Thank you. In fairness, Mr. Honk set my expectations by saying it's not the best remake, and the second part really intrigued me. The director apparently came out and said to the actors, yeah, don't watch the original. Turn that off. Like, we're going into this blind. Now, whilst that did set my expectations pretty low, I would be lying to say that the front cover of this remake alone didn't really intrigue me. I mean, it's creepy as hell, right? Like, the eyes and that, it's just fucked. Now, to sum up this movie pretty quickly, and to be fair, also the original, if you can imagine It Follows just smashed with The Ring, it's something like that. We have got predetermined deaths told to our gang through the mobiles, and it's just jumping person to person as it kills them off, only in this one, you don't need to shag to get the phone call, you can just get the call, like it can just happen. And just so you know, once we are done talking about the American One Missed Call, I did go and watch the original just to see how much it lines up and where it differs, and let me just say it's pretty similar, but it changes some small things and they have like large impacts, and I am going to be talking about that, so stick around. So as usual, thank you and shout out to the channel members, you guys are amazing. If you're new on the channel, hit subscribe, that'll be bloody awesome. And now let's find out if One Missed Call... 2 seconds. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope I see you on the next one. Oh, fuck. That was weird. Let's find out if One Missed Call is a call worth taking or just letting it go to voicemail. Let's go. Straight off the bat in this movie, can I just say, I miss this font. Is that weird? You got it so much in the noughties, and it's got this sort of horror, tense vibe to it. From the font alone, I miss it. I want more of it. This is one of those movies that starts off with a pretty vague but bloody dramatic intro just before we move into the main story. I did say it was dramatic.
Sweetheart, is your mommy here? You know where she is?
I don't know, my guess, she's probably definitely still inside. This is where we come on to Shelley.
No, I swear, I wasn't just saying things.
All you really need to know about Shelley is two things. Number one, she is awful at keeping an eye on her cat.
Luna!
And I don't want to be coy about the second thing, but she is not very good at seeing things up close. Not the cat too, man. Like, fuck this killer. Something now just starts going through her phone like it's being remote accessed from the afterlife. But in a cool touch, Shelley here is actually friends with all the visual artists on the movie. It's just a shame that our friends didn't have more time to work on this movie, because we definitely scroll past them twice. Now, I usually just jump on past the intro credits on a movie, but this time around, it feels like I've just completed Metal Gear Solid 2 again.
We can leave behind much more than just DNA.
This is all before Ben lays down a little bit more of his funk and CGIs us into the party to meet the gang. We get arguably the best quintuplet Brian, his ex Leanne,
Hey, Leanne. Hi.
Taylor, his new interest, U-Dog Brian, and who seems to be his best friend so far, Beth.
I think that you're still messed up over Leanne, and you think if you flirt with Taylor, maybe Leanne will get jealous and come back to you.
Go back to analyzing in your head. I think I like that better.
Shelley was a friend of the group, or at the very least Leanne, and she is heading back on from the funeral.
Hey, how was it?
It was a funeral. It sucked.
Now in a movie called One Missed Call, we are needing some on-theme spooks.
That's not my ringtone.
You'll be calling from Shelley's phone.
It's dated Monday, 10:17 p.m.
It's Friday.
Who's this?
Are you ready for this Sunday night when WWE Champ John Cena defends his title?
As for Beth, she has just got the most chill reaction to these oddities.
It's like every time I turn around, there's...
That's your voice. That's you.
Woman, I am all for keeping calm, but did you pop a few pills down in this party? Because you are far too relaxed.
It's Friday.
We just stop in very briefly at our detective, old discount Ben Affleck Andrews. And this poor guy is called in to identify his sister.
A group of hikers found her.
I guess he's here to Monroe her death. I think Monroes are actually Scottish. That might have just been for the Scottish viewers. But for real, just to dial it back in, yes, it's pretty fucked.
Brother,
Apparently we need to fire this pathologist though, because 2 seconds with the body, and the detective is already finding clues that you missed. So this hard candy here is like in the bodies of the dead people, right? See earlier, I thought it was a really weird blood drop. No offence, Mr. Funk, but I thought it just looked bad. We are onwards to class, which is just so fittingly on childhood trauma.
Long-term effects may include sexual dysfunction, amnesia, dissociation, even hallucinations.
And as for Leanne, yeah, these spooks are coming early as she is just drifting off outside. With a few more creepy crawlies, class is finally over. They very clearly in this movie just wanted Leanne to be walking home alone at night, right? So how do they do it, I hear you ask? Do they have her fill the time somehow? Investigate what's going on? No.
No.
Beth just invites her over later and Leanne goes solo to the library and then just leaves at night time. Like, nothing important happens in the library.
The library will be closing in 5 minutes.
So finally, after that definitely not contrived reason that she's alone at night time, the stars have aligned and we can get some blue tint scares. That is fucked, but we don't stop there, people. Oh shit, it's the box art woman! I thought she was going to be the main killer and not just, you know, someone waiting on a bus. So the clock is just ticking away here, and just to make sure that you're all on the same page here for this movie, because trust me, it's very cyclical. Shelley drowns, and then when she's dead, her phone like self-dials Leanne. It leaves a voicemail to Leanne, in Leanne's voice, and the time of the voicemail is, well, now.
Every time I turn around, there's...
I told you it mattered that we're all on the same page. With the longest train ever apparently still rolling by, we get some scares until finally... Okay, now that's fucked. I'm into it, but it's still fucked. We have the damn thing here with the rest of the Addams on a family plan apparently. I don't get why the first phone didn't need somebody dialing it, and then this one does. Well, I say it's somebody loosely. It's like 5% of somebody. It is time for another classic morning sesh. Not the fun kind.
Leanne told me the same thing happened to Shelley before she drowned.
But Brian is not settling for any gossip about Leanne.
Did you stop it? Your parents are right in the other room.
You fucking tell them, Brian. You keep this place respectable, my guy. Good for you.
It's shit, alright? It's total bullshit.
Although, low-key, I definitely think you ruined your chances with Taylor. Just so you know.
Don't try to think, alright? It just makes you look ridiculous.
After all the madness we have seen so far, the movie just drops a plot summary on us.
It's like dead people call you, but it's your own voice, and then you die too.
5 stars from Taylor. Based on his reaction, as you might expect, Brian is next up for these hallucinations, and he definitely has a thing for legs. But we do not stop there, folks.
Brian!
He has been walking for a solid while, and then Beth just appears.
Brian, are you okay?
Either Beth is exceptionally fast at walking, or this place's service is awful. Unfortunately though, our dog Brian is right to be getting angry.
Damn it, I forgot. I swear if I didn't have my head screwed on it. Call came in 2 nights ago from Leanne's phone.
That was the night that she died.
Beth, I swear to God, you have to stop just being expository. Like fucking hell.
Only the call was dated Wednesday.
Today, 2:02 p.m.
He is not settling for some silly cursed phone taking him down, and he dips fast.
You forgot your phone!
Damn it, I forgot. I swear if I didn't have my head screwed on.
God damn it, Brian. Here's a thought I just had. See if you know the last thing you're going to say before you die. Surely you could just not say the thing and you wouldn't die, right? Like, I would get the voicemail, tattoo those last words on me so I don't forget them, and then go hide in a room somewhere. Beth does the right thing and tries filing a police report with the absolutely most uncaring cop you'll ever see.
Leanne got a phone call, and so did Brian, right before they died. And I hear it happened to Shelley too. Shelley bombed right before she died.
We'll check on that, and we'll contact you if we need anything else.
Bitch, act like you give a shit. It is literally your job. Okay, yeah, thanks for coming in. We will definitely write this up. Fucking weirdo. Hey, Anderson. We have a psycho in the bullpen. Overhearing that our dead gang are a big fan of hard candy, that perks up Detective Andrews.
Both of these kids were eating them. My sister, too.
3 people eating hard candy in 2 weeks.
Turns out, his sister worked with Shelley, so this really is just one continuous string of people.
Shelley Baum interned with my sister at St. Luke's. My sister Jean, she died in the fall 2 days before Shelley drowned.
We get on to Beth coming home to just the creepiest mail drop in cinematic history. And yes, that is all we get for now. Of course, with a dimly lit room like this, you know what that means, people. Yes, somebody is sitting in the dark alone.
You didn't get a call, did you?
But my number was in Brian's cell.
See, Beth is somewhat believing this whole thing. Like, if I was there, I'd just be like, nah, right now, everybody delete my number, please. Like, if you die, I'm not having your ass phone me, I'm sorry.
No power? No problem?
Thankfully, our gal Taylor hasn't been called, and she is just taking precautions. Do you know what I just noticed as well? Does everybody have the same phone in this movie? One missed call is raking in those sweet Motorola stacks. Hey, I heard you're making a movie that when you get called, you die. Here's a thought. Make it our phones that kill you. Nothing says quality quite like a crystal clear reception from your future dead self. Am I right? After a very busy day, our gals just drift off to sleepland, and I hope nothing wakes them.
Which one is it?
God damn it. Who's it going to be, folks?
There are no batteries. It's 8:32 p.m. on Friday. That's 2 days from now.
This fucking movie and its exposition, it's like it doesn't trust you to just understand what's happening, for fuck's sake. This time though, we are shaking things up, people. We are upgrading from a voicemail to show off that crisp display of every Motorola. We have a video. Now this bit I genuinely did not see coming.
Okay, you want to delete it? Do it yourself.
I wrote that before it happened, and see now, yeah, everyone is deleting their number from our phone book, so you know what? Fair play, movie. Although if everyone is deleting their numbers, I might keep mine in the phone book, you know, just in case of emergencies. Am I right, boys? Just when I thought I was the only man left in her life, in comes President Dugan himself.
Ted Summers. I'm a television producer. I work on the program American Miracles.
I am going to level with you. I did not expect this angle to the movie.
We think that we might be able to help you.
What do you mean, like you do exorcisms?
I think this is nonsense.
We now just very clearly steal a man's phone and dip.
You show me exactly what happened when the phone call came.
Nope, nope. Thank you very much.
Want to protect your friend?
I do, yeah, I
admire
do.
that.
Thank you.
Oh shit, it gets worse. Could be a prank, maybe not.
Jesus.
We are yet to find out from the devil himself.
Wait, we can...
I swear, he does not age at all. We just jump on over to Ben Affleck Andrews breaking out his sister's Motorola because obviously she had one as well.
Hello, Moto.
And honestly, that's about it. With the threat looming over her, it turns out Taylor has just left, which I get, that's fair enough. And just to keep your curiosity up, we get some more of that peephole trauma from Beth. That is right, folks. Detective Handsome is on the case now, just piecing this whole thing together.
Brian was called by Leanne, Leanne was called by Shelley, and Shelley was called from my sister.
I mean, in fairness, it's absolutely nothing that we don't already know, but at least these two can team up now.
I was up all night tracking it down. I'm gonna go see her now.
And these two, for their first adventure, they are off to see the nurse that phoned his sister and, you know, basically set her up to die. With her not answering, it's time for Plan B, and that B stands for breaking and entering.
I'm a cop.
I'm not.
This apartment looks exactly as you all imagined it. Don't lie, this is what you had in your head. And does the woman ever finish a meal? Fucking hell. We just see a centipede or millipede house at the window, and are you guys ready for the most creepy dolls in cinematic history? Absolutely, and I mean this with all my heart, fuck these dolls. This kid looks like he pays a fucking mortgage. Like, who designed these? This whole bit is just a lot of slow walking. Like, I swear, when someone breaks into a house in a movie, there is no urgency. But it looks like old Mike Myers is waiting on her. Finally, Detective Affleck Andrews comes through with a DVD pulled straight from a nanny cam. Unfortunately for them, there is no nanny cam itself, but he does find the world's loudest inhaler. Why is he standing like James Bond? Like, I don't know what you call that pose when you're holding a gun, but he's ready to fire.
The inhaler, I heard it both times before Leanne and Brian. And then when I looked behind me, there was nobody there.
So at this point, I genuinely went back in the movie just to check. And you know what? Fair play movie. I thought it was a bus. I'll give you some points for that one. With this next step in the case, it is all coming together now. Kind of. There's still more to find out later, but it's coming together.
What the hell's happening?
So the daughter was prone to asthma attacks. The mother was being seen as, not being the best mother, was questioned by a nurse. That nurse, the detective's sister, who then phoned Shelley, and so the chain begins. I don't mean to be like Beth level expository, but I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page.
Her mother was questioned by a psychiatric nurse at St. Luke's.
Your sister.
They are thumbing through his sister's records, who noted down everything, and well, yeah, it turns out the daughters weren't being treated the best.
Checked her daughter Ellie into the hospital for an asthma attack. Laurel, insect bites, a burn on her leg. Ellie, another asthma attack.
Laurel again, pesticide in her eye. Here's another one. Laurel ingested detergent. And there, another burn. And look at that. That's 9 admissions in April and May alone.
Munchausen syndrome by proxy.
So everything that we are seeing, basically, that's what's happening.
It's when a mother wants attention, so she keeps hurting her children so that they need medical help.
So Ellie has an asthma attack and dies. My sister starts asking questions. Marie gets nervous she's going to be found out, so she takes Laurel and disappears.
But gob, I hear you ask, how is Taylor getting on? Well, she is cashing in for her 15 minutes of fame.
A cell phone rings and death is on the line.
It's gonna work out, I know it.
All his heavenly angels to be gone from this cell phone.
It really is just them trying to banish some demons from a mobile phone. Was this movie sponsored by Motorola and Sprint? Because we are exorcising phone networks. Now this genuinely might be the boldest move the movie's made so far, because even Jesus is looking at her.
Come out, I say, in Jesus' name. Devil! In the name of Jesus of Nazareth.
We have had some interesting killers on the channel so far. I don't think Jesus is going to be topped. Now, fair warning, there is a hell of a lot of flashing lights at this moment. I'll put a timestamp right here for you, just if you want to skip it, but you've been warned.
Stop tormenting my sister, you will come out now!
Now let me just sum up this next bit with 2 very simple words. Shit's fucked. They definitely spent most of their VFX budget on this scene, right?
You okay?
Sadly, she stands no chance against a possessed Jesus and smoke. Things I never thought I would say. Unfortunately for Beth as well, it seems she kept her number in the phone book.
Tomorrow.
His chief just does not believe this whole ghost killer voicemail thing.
This girl needs protection.
From what? The ghost in her cell phone?
I mean, at face value, to be fair, I kinda get.
Jag, Mickey's got a point. Best use of people here is we find the doer.
Come on to fuck, Affleck. Like, you could have done better there.
You're doing a great job so far.
Fair enough if you can't convince your chief to give you a couple of staff for the whole day, but at least half an hour, right? Like, just for the time she's about to die. Because on one hand, you get a little bit of extra support, and if it does happen, well, at least you've got people backing you up. And on the other hand, if you don't, you're then the only witness to someone getting like brutally killed in their own home. So it's not a good look.
Yeah.
That aside, it is that inevitable time in the movie, downtime and answer time.
Please just tell me why.
We finally get to see what the deal is with this peephole trauma, and I'm just going to warn you now, it's not pleasant, you know, it's not great. There's slacks involved and also a rope that isn't very slack.
How old were you when you got those?
I also didn't consider the fact that she was going upstairs in these flashbacks, like, not even for a moment. I think I just watched too much horror, that when we seen her going up some stairs, my mind immediately went to, oh yeah, she's a child abused and locked in the basement. And no part of me thought I was wrong.
Do you hear me?
After this somber moment, we get another crack in the case. We have found the other sister people.
They found Laurel. She's in a foster home.
She is in a foster home and we set off.
Do you think we could talk to Laurel?
You can try.
However, the mum has not visited since the fire. And as for the other sister, Laurel, well, she is stonewalling this detective hard.
My name's Jack. It's a cute little teddy bear you got there. Does your teddy bear have a name?
She hasn't spoken since the fire.
I plead the fifth. Get me a lawyer. She then proceeds to break out the bear. The bear goes into song, and that song is familiar. And as for Beth, well, she immediately, and I mean with zero hesitation, turns into bad cop.
Laurel, can you tell? Look at me. Can you tell us? Do you know? Can you say something? Where is your mother?
Listen up, you little shit. We know you did it. Just admit it now, or you'll never see the outside of this cell. This surprisingly didn't work, you know. This approach for a mute child who has clearly been through some trauma. So off we go elsewhere to dig.
You really have a way with kids, you know that?
I swear to God, and I'm not even joking, this shot had me on edge. I think it was The Grudge that had a very similar scene, but the kid was on the end of one of the aisles, and yeah, since then, I tense up at these shots.
Now, you were the doctor that was on the children's ward the day of the fire at St. Luke's Hospital, right?
Her sister had just died, and one of the psych nurses filed a report.
Right. Now, do you remember her mother? Was her mother there when the fire started?
The mother was there all the time.
Our very next waypoint, as you all could have guessed, is the hospital, so off we pop.
Shit.
I have to call it Beth, though, for just having zero self-awareness.
I think Marie Layton was in the hospital when it burned down. I think that she might have died there.
No, that's impossible. All the bodies were identified.
I know, but what if they didn't find her? What if her body's still inside, Jack? She was a sick woman, a child abuser. So what if her body is still inside and her spirit's there, moving through the phones, attacking people?
She is Ubering over with a stranger and thinks only the end of her story's the weird bit. So this woman was burned alive, right? Abused her kids constantly. A real piece of shit. Like, she really was. Her dead corpse? It's still there. But what if, right, her spirit is still there and her spirit is going through specifically Motorola phones and, you know, it's hurting people. Just don't tell people it's hurting people. What exactly is the plan here, Beth? Don't get me wrong, props to you. You've done a hell of a lot of digging to work out that the body might still be here and you've connected all the dots. Fair play to you. But they haven't spoken once in this movie about what they're planning to do when they find the corpse. You know, like, pour salt on it or burn it or something. Like, we don't know.
Get out of here! Oh, he's got the get
Whilst Beth is just slowly searching and walking around, we get what is honestly, I think, the most disgusting camera angle I have ever seen. I genuinely feel just a little bit seasick watching this. Beth just keeps on searching. We get some pretty standard spooks just to ramp us up to what is, without a doubt, the scariest spook yet. Old man demon baby, kill it! I will say though, for a burned down abandoned old hospital, it is still very well lit. She is getting dragged away and thank God for Detective Ben Affleck Andrews. Mate, why would you not shout on her? And as for the demons, are they seriously just face smashing a door?
What the hell is that? Come on, let's go.
Unfortunately for them, they run straight on into this 11-looking ass, and Beth is solo. Her phone magically and spiritually reappears and starts ticking. She just patches it and finds a secret exit. God damn, you do not need to arch your back so much crawling to safety. I'm not mad about it though, like, you don't have to stop. We just keep on going, the detective wakes up and looks like Beth has brushed off on him a little because he is immediately breaking his way in.
Hello, Moto.
Hold up, is this the mum actually phoning people? We have got absolutely zero time to ponder that though, because it looks like this extra done a little bit of time on the set of Walking Dead. Beth, all you have to do is literally not say the thing. Wait, one question. What the fuck is going on? Our detective is all of us right now seeing this.
Huh?
Somehow she has managed to flip around in the tunnel, like they really got into some moves. And after that ordeal, we are rolling on up with the paramedics bringing us that safe room cozy vibe.
She had to be the first. She had to have my sister's number stored in her cell phone.
I know what she was, but I have this feeling that she brought me here or something to protect me.
We just quickly see that the detective's second phone gets picked up for evidence as Beth is getting to bed. She's had a long day. Again.
I gotta go tell Laurel that her mother's gone. Besides, you look like you could use some rest.
Our detective uses this little downbeat to check back in on Laurel and see if she is ready to talk. Because she's mute, not that they're bringing Beth to like threaten her again.
I'll tell her myself in the morning. What is it?
That's Laurel's, isn't it?
How the fuck are you not sure when all the rest of them look innocent and lovely and nice? And this one is a demon baby and Satan. He sneaks on in and snatches up that bear, which surprisingly turns out to be the nanny cam. That also doubles up as a GameCube.
Super Mario Sunshine, only on Nintendo GameCube.
It is time for yet another flashback to find out what the hell went down.
Now be a nice little girl.
Oh my god.
This will only hurt a little.
Get away from her! It was you the whole time.
Okay, fair enough, that is pretty messed up. And it is just after this we see how it all started and where our spirit was born. But Gub, what about the hard candies, I hear you ask?
It wasn't your mother who hurt you. It was your sister Ellie, wasn't it?
But she always gave me candy.
Now yes, we might have the old backstory, but in present day, the police are putting away the hospital evidence and well, it's not all over yet.
Voice call received Saturday, June.
No! No, wait, no!
Detective Affleck, with his newfound information, is trying to get a hold of Beth ASAP. Time is of the essence, people.
He wasn't the first.
I like this. Like, I'm a sucker for those shots that are like, hold up, did I just see something? It's always better. Beth is just vibing hard, not a care in the world, but she gets a feeling. Thankfully, our man gets here in the nick of time and lays out the whole story for her. It must feel weird for Beth having someone else be the exposit. It must feel weird for Beth having someone else be the exposition. It must feel weird for Beth, you know, someone else being the exposition dump.
Hey, are you alright?
Yeah.
Alright, look. It wasn't Marie, alright? It was Ellie.
Now, dear viewer, when I say that this next part is insane, please trust me when I tell you that this is the most insane finale I've seen yet on the channel. and it's definitely up there with the movies I've seen in my life.
The one who made the very first phone call.
No! No, wait! No!
Oh, you think that's as big as this movie can go? This movie said hold my beer and went fucking huge. This poor mother force ghosts her way out the movie and the detective just chokes up some hard candy. And that is all before we get one very last call, people. And with that dialing out, we roll on into credits. And that was One Missed Call, the remake of One Missed Call, should I say. And it is at this point where I was putting down some notes of what I thought about the movie, what I thought about that ending as well, like what the fuck happened there. That then I had another thought. What if I watch the original and do some comparison? And that is exactly what I've done. I'm not going to go through the original beat for beat, but I'm just wanting to point out a few things that are either the same or different, just to give you some context. The two movies are very similar, like the remake is surprisingly close to the original. However, they did make some tweaks and changes that, I'll be honest, I do not understand why. Like, they didn't understand the original movie. Like, I came away from this remake, like, that was a weird movie, that ending was messed up and it was fucking weird and I don't quite get it. And then I watched the original and I'm fucking annoyed. I'm actually just pissed off. And let me tell you why. First off, we just skip right on over Shelley, like entirely. Shelley, not in the original. We also don't open up on an explosion to draw people in, which I honestly see as a positive. I like a big opening to a movie, but I also appreciate the fact that the original just trusted the movie to let it tell the story. Do you know what I mean? In the original, Beth is Yumi, and she almost follows the exact same story. She also has peephole drama. We learn about that very early on in the movie, and it is told to us throughout. They are all killed following phone calls, leaving voicemails from their own number and the last words. Like, the movies largely mirror each other. Even the first kill is like shot for shot. It's at a station, and we get the asthma right before it. The first biggest difference in these movies is that the detective actually comes to Yumi with all the weirdness. His sister still died from it and was part of the chain. He is just aware of what's going on. Obviously, he's very aware of how his sister went out and starts connecting the dots that way. You know, he just approaches the gang and it's much smoother, it feels less contrived. In the original, we also got some creepy gifs and photos, and they are far creepier. Even the whole exorcism part is in this as well. Like, honest to God, I am shocked at how close these movies are. But where in the remake, he just appears and it feels very false, right? Like it's all big TV spectacle. You have that in the original as well, but it doesn't feel as false. It actually seems like the guy gives a shit. Well, kind of, loosely. You know it's bollocks when it finally shows on TV, but at the time, he seems concerned. They even had a fucking death timer in the original, which is far more morbid. And a nice little touch in the original, which honestly doesn't change much, it's just nice, is that the police are watching the show. So clearly they're involved, they're getting a bit more of an understanding. Like, this might be when they believe it's true. It's just a nice touch, a little bit of world building that they would watch this, because it's probably something that everyone will talk about, whether they believe it or not. You know, it's like water cooler chat. Hey, did you see that Motorola getting a demon taken out of it? Crazy shit. One of the biggest differences that is throughout the whole movie is, see in the original, it is very much the ghost taking people out. Like, you know they're going to die, right? It looms over the entire movie, whoever has the next timer. And it's going to happen somehow. And also when they die, it is more supernatural, like the ghost is killing them in some way, some spiritual way. but in the remake it felt a little bit Final Destination-y. Does that make sense?
I didn't have my head screwed on.
And also there was the creepy faces in the remake that were leading up to someone dying and all the centipedes and all that jazz. Not in the original, no, like you just know it's coming. You might see faces of the ghost and things that are creeping you out, like again, it's looming over you, she's coming for you, you're going to die. But you don't have just random pedestrians and people in the public getting their faces swapped. Like it feels so extra. When I watched the remake, it didn't annoy me those moments. Then I watched the original, and it fucking annoys me now. But hey, one exact similarity, both movies use a fish tank to break a phone. Cinema. I will say though, the remake is far more chill with its flashbacks. Now granted, no movie that has a child, being burned and all that jazz and then seeing someone being hung is chill. However, the US is more just like, you know she's a cow, right? You know that? You accept that? Perfect, good. Moving on. The original, you actually see the mum slapping her around, and it doesn't stop there. She actually gets her to go check in on her gran, look through the peephole, knowing what's on the other side. It's fucked.
Yumi, おばあちゃん呼んできて。
おばあちゃん
Both of those peephole moments largely play out the same, right? You've got the girl slowly walking up, looks through the peephole, but just the fact that the mum knows what's on the other side is horrifying. And one very minor thing that is in the original, they took out the remake, is the fucking inhaler, specifically when they hear it. In the original movie, we hear it far earlier, and we hear it in a hospital. You know, in context, where you might hear an inhaler or something medical being used. We still then get it in the flat later, but at that point it's more like piecing it together, you know? Yumi is like, I've heard that before, I've heard an inhaler recently and you've just found an inhaler. That's what the noise was, dots connected. It's awesome. But in the remake, the detective, for some reason, picks up an inhaler, decides to spray it, and that is when Beth is like, oh fuck, inhaler, and at that point the movies are back in sync, but why did he pick up the inhaler, right? Like, it's weird. It is almost shot for shot when they meet the sister as well. Of course, the big difference is though that it's only the detective that goes, so he's kind of playing both roles. He's both good cop, bad cop. Which might make more sense why Beth just immediately was hating on her.
Can you tell? Look at me. Can you tell us?
At this point, one of the big differences is though is the nanny cam. In the remake it's the bear, and the bear also makes the noise. It feels very contrived that the bear seems to do it all, but in the original it's an actual camera that they've got, right? Like there is a bear and there's also a camera. They need to find a tape for it. So it makes more sense, it flows better. In both scenarios, we are still going to the hospital with zero plan. Like at this point in the movie, we're fully in sync. Like there's been some minor changes, the spooks might be a little bit different, but pretty much by and large the story is exactly the same as of now. She gets way more fucked with in the original when she gets to the hospital though. Like both it fucks with her, and then in turn it fucks with us as a viewer. It is very effective, like this hospital scene was nailed. And a very specific thing, see that weird face press moment? I see why they did it now in the remake, and it is really at this point on that most of the differences come out. Some are smaller, some are larger, but they really all add up to this finale that I cannot wait to tell you about. Instead of, you know, the vent zombie, we actually get a bit of build up and tension to get to this phone. I mean, only for a moment. She is still a zombie pretty much, so I mean, that wasn't too ridiculous in the remake. And then of course the same scenario of a door slammed to separate them, just executed pretty differently. But we do get a lot more of that trauma coming full circle in the original. And I don't mean to put down any of you out there that may have a fear of peepholes, but this really is a much better part of the movie than just simply someone knocking at her door. It's very clearly implied in the original that it's her trauma from her mother carrying forward, you know, that's what creates her fear of the peepholes. It's her trauma coming back to her, and not just like in the remake, it's like she's afraid of looking through peepholes. Do you know what I mean? It's subtle, but there is a difference. Now, where in the remake they split off with Beth going to the hospital and the detective going to Laurel, that's where he finds the nanny cam. It is only now after the hospital that they find the tape. So, I mean that doesn't make the biggest difference, but it is at least in her bag and not the fucking bear that also plays the ringtone. And also, as for the hard candies, well, in the original it's called Jawbreakers, they make more sense now. It's almost as if the daughter in the original gave them to her sister after she hurt her in a way to say like, I hope you feel better, here's a hard candy, please stop crying, you're going to get us both in trouble, kind of vibe. But in the remake, I think they've just translated it awfully and it's just like, my sister always had them on her. The original almost gives that weight in the remake more meaning, and it shouldn't be that way. The sister dying is far more brutal as well, by the way, and yes, I am comparing essentially children dying, but hear me out. In the remake, as you've seen, the mum just closes the door, the daughter goes into a bit of a panic attack, needs her inhaler, and you know what happens, you've seen the movie. In the original, the same is played out. One sister has cut the other, the mum has came in to save the day. She looks her daughter square in the eye during the asthma attack and fucking dips. Again, is way more brutal without needing to show anything more brutal. Do you know what I mean? It's not like gory or bloody. There's just so much like parental trauma throughout the movie. This is what I'm talking about when I say the changes are much more in the back half of the movie. You see the peephole as well. In the original, the ghost actually mimics the detective to try and kill Yumi.
Yumi, 大丈夫か? Yumi, 大丈夫か? Yumi, 大丈夫か?
山下さん?
Yumi, 大丈夫か?
Again, it's like they've seen it and went, oh yeah, the detective's at the door, that's what that means. No, fucking, it doesn't mean that. No, that's not the detective. And very lastly, where my anger and level of piss-offery reached its maximum, is the final moments. The ending in the original is much more morbid, and I won't lie to you, I had to watch it a few times just to make sure it was sinking in right. So my understanding is, Yumi is met by the ghost girl Mimiko, or Mimiko, you decide. The detective comes rushing to Yumi after this has taken place to find Yumi alone and chill, but uh-oh, it's not Yumi. He sees that it's actually Mimiko. Yumi is not here, or at least she is now possessed. She then proceeds to tell the detective that she will take him to hospital, where he wakes up and sees Yumi. Yumi, coming across all sweet and there for him, eventually slips him a jawbreaker kill, and uh-oh, this isn't Yumi. This is definitely Yumi, possessed by Mimiko. And now the cycle of child abuse continues. Yumi was abused as a child and now, although she is possessed, is now going to be torturing other people, and the cycle goes on. Where the fuck was any of that in the remake? Like, it fucked the landing so hard. In the remake, as you've seen, because the mum saves Beth and then saps the daughter's essence or spirit force back out the phone or into the phone, I don't know, she fucks with her. Beth is alive and the phone starts ringing, implying that the daughter is killing again. Granted, it's not a super happy ending, neither movie is, but this is where the key difference lies. If Beth is alive and she's about to be hunted again to be killed, there is no cyclical child abuse angle to the movie. Do you know what I mean? Whereas in the original, it's clearly Yumi as a child, now Yumi's grown up, and now possessed, Yumi's going to continue it through Mimiko. It's morbid, it's sad, it's depressing as hell, but at least it makes sense. I honestly finished the remake and was like, yeah, wasn't the best, wasn't the worst, some things I would have tweaked. Then watching the original just absolutely ruined my day. So look, that was one missed call, both versions kind of. What did you make of it? Have you seen either of them before or both? Please do let me know. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope I see you on the next one. Oh, fuck.